Hello everybody, happy Monday. I will give you guys a few moments to come in. Hello everybody, hello, happy Monday. Happy Monday to all, and to all a happy Monday. Oh guys, hey, who is this? Hey, hi. Oh, I can't see. Oh, Tasha. Hi, Tasha. How are you? Hi, Belinda. Hi, Jackie. So I wanted to come on, you guys. And first of all, before I say anything else or I go into any more details about anything, I want to say thank you so very much to everybody who has inboxed me, texted me, commented under the video, just everything. Thank you so very much to everybody who has sent their condolences to my family, that said they have me and my family in their prayers. I just truly appreciate it, and I really do feel the love and the support from everybody. Everybody who watched my video from yesterday. I know part of it probably didn't make a whole lot of sense. So I was emotional and I was trying to get my thoughts together, because I actually did have something to say, but I was trying to get my thoughts together, and it was just difficult. So thank you to everybody who watched that video. Thank you for those who are continuing to watch that video. Several people have said that it kind of hit home for them, that they got something from it, and that they appreciated my transparency and the emotions, etc. So, you know, in the midst of pain, or trials or tribulations, there's always something that can be taken from it. So, thank you so much to everybody who has watched that video and has shown their support and their love. I appreciate it so very much. I wanted to also thank those who have given to the fundraiser, the GoFundMe for my cousin. For those that may be coming on this video and they don't know, or maybe they didn't catch my video from yesterday, my family unfortunately lost my little cousin this past weekend. She was 28 years old, and I met with my family yesterday so that we could figure out what we were going to do, because, you know, financially, unfortunately, she did not have life insurance and there was nothing put up for her as far as that's concerned. So we had to make the difficult decision to do a cremation, just because that was the most economical at this point. And so her niece created a GoFundMe, because we are trying to come up with all of the funds in order to complete the cremation. So thank you for those who have shared that. Thank you for those who have given. I truly appreciate it. We unfortunately are in a situation where we are having to fund this completely on our own, and there are, you know, everybody in the family. It's not like we all just was sitting on money to do that. So thank you so much to everybody who has done that as well. But I wanted to, because I told you guys yesterday that as I navigate through this situation and probably other situations that I'm going to be facing, that I wanted to start opening up, because I feel like as a life coach and as a personal advisor, there's things that I personally encounter that will probably be able to be as a help to others as well. And so as I continue to obviously mourn the loss of my cousin and you know, process those emotions, help my family process those emotions, etc., there are some things that I've been thinking about, and that I alluded to in the video from yesterday, where I was stating that my cousin was dealing with some things personally, and that she had kind of isolated herself from the family. And in the midst of trying to work with the funeral home, not being able to answer some of the questions that people probably would know about their family members, and just sitting in the fact of not being able to answer those questions, thinking back to, you know, we're sitting here trying to figure out what's her favorite color, did she like flowers, what, you know, just simple things that you sit back and you're like, yeah, I know my cousin's favorite color is blue, or I know my sister's favorite flower is tulips, and I know that my mom loves seafood. You know, just the common things that you should know about your family, and to have to sit back and be like, I can't answer half of any of these things. Like, either questions for the funeral home or just questions from other members of the family as we try to get together and navigate through this and try to be able to, you know, have a proper homegoing for my cousin, even though it's not going to be an elaborate funeral or anything like that. Just even in those small things, and just self-reflecting. And so that's why I titled this video Self-Awareness and Self-Examination, because you have to think about, when you have individuals in your family that have chosen to isolate themselves from the family for one reason or another, it made me stop and think, like, okay, there's a reason why people choose to walk away from their families, and there's a reason why people self-isolate themselves from their family. And it could either be reasons from that person, or this is where it really had to make me stop and think, like, was it something from the family, including myself, that caused my cousin to self-isolate and to pull away from the family and not even feel comfortable enough to either come to us and explain, you know, what kind of emotions she was dealing with, what kind of pain she was dealing with, what kind of trauma she was dealing with, just everything. And it made me stop and think, like, there's a reason why people do this. There's a reason why people isolate themselves from the family. There's a reason why people stop communication from their families. There's a reason why, so I wanted to do this because I want people to stop and think, like, if you have somebody in your family that has done this, and they have pulled away from the family, they don't communicate or what have you, I urge you to try to figure out, either within yourself or talking to other members of the family, to try to figure out, why did this person choose to do that? Did we make them feel uncomfortable and make them feel like they can't come to us? Did we make them feel not welcome? Did we make them feel ashamed or embarrassed? What is it that's causing them to do that? Brenda said, thank you for sharing. I needed to hear all of that. I lost my favorite cousin, and now don't really be with my family like that anymore. Yeah. And so it really made me take another moment, because I told you guys in that video yesterday that I could barely get through, that it made me really feel like, you know, was there more that I could have done for my cousin? And so it's making me now think to myself, like, okay, was it something that we did as a family that made my cousin feel like she wanted to isolate or pull away from us? Is there something? Was there judgment? Was there shame? Because, you know, when I talked about yesterday that my cousin battled with drug usage, you know, losing her mom, losing her father, being a single mother, growing up on the south side of Chicago, and our family not being one of those well-off families financially, and all these things. So it makes me wonder, like, was there something that we did to make her feel like she needed to self-isolate? And if you have somebody in your family that has done that, take the time to think, like, the last interaction that I had with family member X, what was that interaction like? The last time they made a choice or they did something that I didn't agree with, what was my reaction? And what did I say to them? And how did I try to figure out, how did I make them feel? If they're still present, reach out to them and ask them, why are you staying away? If you're the person that's staying away from your family for whatever reason, take the time to think, why are you choosing to do that? Is it because you're choosing to, because you feel like you haven't lived up to what your family's expectations are? Do you feel like everything or things that you're doing goes against what you were taught or brought up in the family? Or was it something that your family did to you that made you feel like you didn't want to be connected? And try to figure that out and try to resolve that. Because me going back and thinking about the fact that I hadn't seen my cousin since her father's funeral, and I think I said yesterday on the video that I thought the funeral was last year. I need to actually find her dad's obituary. I think that was actually 2018, which makes it even worse if that was the last time that I saw my cousin. I have to find the obituary because I'm like tasking myself now. Was that last year? Because my timelines have run together. Was that last year or was that 2018 that I actually had my eyes on my cousin? Then another thing I had to think about, okay, I hadn't talked to her, although I had reached out to her because I went back to my Facebook Messenger. I didn't have a good phone number for her anymore. And so I was reaching out to her on Facebook Messenger because we had communicated that way. And so I went back and looked, and I had reached out to her like 2 or 3 different times, and she never responded. And, you know, on Facebook Messenger, you can actually see when somebody has read your message. And it wasn't that she had read the message. She had never actually opened it. But for some people who have been on Facebook Messenger, you can see when a message comes up for the most part. Like if you're on your phone, the little bubble pops up if you have it set up that way. And so then I had to stop and think, well, dang, did she see the messages coming from me? And did she just slide that bubble and dismiss it? Or did she just never read it? Like, I'm dealing with so much because now I think about her sister that I'm also have not really had a lot of contact with, and that the contact that we have had has been strained. And so we've actually talked in the last couple of days, you know, with us losing her sister. But now I'm thinking to myself as well, I needed to reevaluate my connection with her. Like I mentioned yesterday, I need to reevaluate or think about my relationship with my mom. I love my mom dearly. Like when I say I love my mama dearly, but yesterday was the first time that I had seen my mom in months. Like, this is making me just really, really do a lot of self-examination and a lot of soul searching and things like that. And I'm not gonna cry again this time. Even though I feel the tears coming, I'm not gonna do that today. But it's really, really causing me to really, really take a moment to just really step back. And if you're in, like I said, if you're on either side of that, if you're the person that has chosen to self-isolate or disconnect from your family, or you are a member of the family that you have a member that has decided to self-isolate or disconnect, I charge you to try to figure out and look into that and figure out why. Why is that? And are you willing to do anything to try to mend that relationship? Are you willing to try to do anything to reconnect or reattach that disconnection? Are you willing to put all pride aside? Are you willing to put judgment to the side? Are you willing to tap into that love that you have for that family member, no matter what they have chosen to do, no matter what path they have chosen to go down, no matter what choices they have chosen to make? Are you willing to do these things? Because you can look up and it can be too late. It's too late for me to do that now. It's too late for me to try to mend that relationship with my cousin. It's too late for me to try to rebuild whatever connection was lost. It's too late. And do you want to, my aunt from my dad's side just popped onto this video and she really gonna make me cry. That's another set of relationships that I have not put the effort into maintaining. And when I say I love my father's side of the family, when I say my aunties and my uncles and my cousins on my dad's side of the family, when I say I love them, I can't even tell you the last time that I saw my aunt, and she's on here right now. Who can I blame but me? That's my fault. I don't want to wait until one of them has to reach out to me and say, we lost a family member on my dad's side and I haven't taken the time to see any of them, call any of them, reach out to any of them. And I know it goes two ways. Some people will say, well, communication goes both ways. Yeah, but it doesn't make it any better. If you're on one side of that communication and you're refusing to do anything with it, okay, it's just as much your fault as it is the other person's. So I have a lot of work to do. I do so much work as a life coach and a personal advisor, helping so many people do the work, telling people all the time that you have to deal in order to heal, helping people to mend relationships and helping people to do this and helping people to self-discover and helping to people to do all this. I have to do that same stuff. So in the midst of me doing these videos and being transparent and opening up, I know this is a side of me that some of you guys probably have never seen, and it's a level of vulnerability that I'm willing to do because I'm hoping that in the midst of me being vulnerable, in the midst of me being transparent, in the midst of me being open, that it will help others to take the time to do the same thing. I think this type of thing that I'm doing now is probably more impactful than me sitting down and doing an hour-long coaching session with somebody, or asking somebody self-discovery questions, or giving people homework assignments or activities to do, or all these things. I'm hoping that as you guys see me going through this, dealing with these raw emotions, my disjointed thoughts, or whatever you may think, or my ramblings or whatever, I'm hoping that it will help. I'm hoping that it will help, because it's heavy. And a lot of times people get to this point that I'm at, and then they run, and because it's difficult and it hurts and it makes you feel like, it shows you your shortcomings, and it shows you your deficiencies, and it shows all these things about yourself, and then people want to shut it down because it's hard and it hurts and it's difficult, and it causes you to step outside your comfort zone, or it forces you to pull away from your pride, or all these things, and they run and they shut down. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, because I tell people all the time that you have to deal in order to heal. And I think now I'm realizing there's a lot of things that I needed to deal with and maybe even heal from, and I thought it was okay, and it's not. And I'm okay with that, because I can't become a better person. I can't become a better sister. I can't become a better daughter. I can't become a better cousin. I can't become a better niece. I can't become a better friend. I can't become a better life coach. I can't become a better personal advisor. I can't do any of those things if I'm not willing to do the same things. This is real talk. This is raw, unedited, unpolished, unrehearsed. Real talk. Ms. Darlene said, I have never seen the side of you, and it really broke me down. I know you were hurting. Yeah, it's a lot. So I'm going to continue to do the work. I'm going to continue to do a lot of self-reflection. I'm going to continue to, and I'm not going to just do these videos and talk about it and urge you guys to do things, and then I'm not going to do it. You will see me doing these things. You'll see me doing the work. You may meet some family members if they are willing to come on camera with me. I may go live and have some difficult conversations with my mom or my sisters or my cousins or my aunts or anybody. I may come on here, and if they're willing and they're a willing participant to go live with me, you know, I may do that so that you guys can not only see the type of work that I do with other people when I coach them, but also see me doing the same work and build and mending relationships and having difficult conversations and maybe addressing pain or finding out pain that I may have caused others that I didn't even know, or all these things. I'm going to start doing that because I feel like that, again, that I feel is going to be impactful, and I'm hoping that it will help other people. So I wanted to come on here and kind of just bare my soul again like I did yesterday. Thank everybody for your prayers. Thank you everybody for your financial support and your donations to my cousin's GoFundMe. We're really wanting to, we were able to get in contact with the funeral home, and we were able to go ahead and have her remains picked up from the coroner's office. So we're in the process of trying to get all of that done. And I just wanted to say thank you and let everybody know that every single message, if I hadn't got a chance to respond or like it or love it, know that I'm seeing each and every response. And as I do these videos and as I have these conversations, and as I do this, if it hits home in any way and you want to share it or you want somebody to see it or whatever, that's fine. I'm open to that. I'm fine with that. My page is a public page. So clearly, you know, I don't have any qualms about people sharing the videos, tagging people in them or anything like that. Because I'm hoping that as you guys see my journey, perhaps people will see themselves in my journey and see themselves in it and be able to do those same things. Let me see. Tracy said, hugs. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Sending lots of love to you and your family. Thank you so very much. Ebony, thank you so much for your kind words. Nicole, thank you so much for your kind words. It's difficult. And it's difficult not only, like I said, it's not only difficult because I lost a loved one, but it's difficult because this has really opened up a lot within myself and made me realize, it's making me realize a lot of things. And it's difficult to find out and realize. I never thought that I was perfect. I'm not going to ever say that. But sometimes it's hard to realize that you're not as good as you thought. But that's okay. Because as we continue to live our lives, as we continue to navigate this thing called life, as we continue to go through, you know, this world as it is, you're going to realize that you will do work for the rest of your life. You'll never get to a perfect point, and the work is never done. But if you're willing to do it, it can be amazing. It can be eye-opening. It can be strengthening. It can be all of those things. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the time that I did have with my cousin. I'm grateful for the lessons that she's teaching me. And she doesn't even know that she's teaching me, but I'm grateful for it. And I'm hoping that I can do better, show better, be better for those that are in my life. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. Honey, I could not even get to the workplace today. I had every intention to get to the workplace today, but when I tell you I woke up with a headache, honey, woo. My babies are coming out of the dentist, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I love you guys so very much, and have a good rest of your day.